Hi, I'm Kyah Henderson, and I've decided to do my Heritage Fair project on Frederick Banting, who most of you know as the man who discovered insulin. I chose this topic because my grandma was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes at a very young age, and even with insulin being created, when you have this disease, your body isn't able to utilize in the way others can. This being said, I thought this would be a great opportunity to use Frederick Banting, the literal creator of insulin, as my topic. Also, along the way, I get to find answers to my questions while researching, invest more in his journey, and take pride in how this amazing Canadian made historical significance by saving billions of lives. Getting right into it, Banting was born in Alliston, Ontario on November 14, 1891. Being the last of 6 children to be born, he had a pretty normal childhood, living in a farmhouse with his 5 siblings and parents. Although his father, William Thomas Banting, had a long family tree of British, it left his children to be raised like how he was, very prim, proper, and hardworking. As Banting got older, he finished high school and started university at the University of Toronto. He had a few ideas of what pathways to take, but eventually set his heart on the study of medicine after failing the general arts course. I know what you're thinking. How does a student without an outstanding average get into medical school? Well, it's because the standards for admission were not even close to there now, but Banting also had to think about the First World War that was starting to take place, and how a lot of the doctors were in desperate need. So, Banting got sent to serve as the medical officer in the military hospitals of England. This experience made him realize he had a strong passion for surgery and research. By the summer of 1918, he was sent to France as a battalion medical officer, but this ended quickly after he got extremely hurt. Banting later received the Military Cross Award for his courage and faith during the war. After receiving this piece of honor, Frederick Banting did a full year of surgical schooling right here in Toronto. Yet, he was not able to move forward to Toronto because staff was so full. So instead, by July 1920, he decided to move his dreams to Western Ontario to teach students more about living organisms. On October 31st, 1920, Banting jotted down a random idea that steered him into the path of insulin and the discovery. He had just gone through an article about a new routine he could possibly use for his medical class, where he then got the idea to implicate research down on the internal secretion of the pancreas that has a chance of being the cure of diabetes. Banting began work and tests on May 17, 1921, under the direction of Professor J.J.R. McLeod, and assisted by Charles Best. Banting left London in his medical classes and went back to Toronto having a good feeling about this cure. During this time, him and Best did achieve a far amount of results while treating some symptoms in diabetic dogs. At this point, the bar was high. If Banting could figure this out, he would save billions of lives and become one of the biggest science stars. Then it happened. Winter of 1921, Frederick Banting cracked the code. Insulin was suddenly highly effective. It was so powerful and humans started being cured immediately. The 1923 Nobel Prize for Physiology was recognized by both Banting and McLeod. This major breakthrough, on learning that he was supposed to share this prize with McLeod, Banting gave half his prize money to Best. McLeod gave half his prize money to Kyah. The government of Canada awarded Banting regular payments for life, and the University of Toronto prescribed Canada's first professor of medical research, and he was even made a Fellow of the Royal Society of Canada. Unfortunately, Banting left us February 21st, 1941, but as you are all now aware, Frederick Banting played a humongous role in our Canadian history, as well as Healthline, and I hope you can now acknowledge more about his historical significance, cause and consequence, changing community, and historical perspective.